Welcome back to everyone's favorite show, Eagle Vision.
Haven't heard that line before.
Oh, shut it.
Did you know Cookie Monster's real name is Sid?
I didn't know that, but I wonder who's good with random facts.
I'm sure the knowledgeable kids could tell us all sort of facts.
Alex, tell us more about Knowledgeable.
I think these brain cells are bigger than mine. Well, hey everyone. Well, it is my last show, and with the cold out, I kind of lost some brain cells. So let's go check out Knowledgeable to gain some back.
Knowledgeable is just basically random fun facts and knowing what you know.
Knowledgeable is basically just a trivia group / games. You're just in groups of 4 or 5 people, and a judge will ask you questions, and if you're the first one to buzz in, then you just try to answer the question, and if you get it wrong, then the next person that buzzes in gets it, and so forth. It's just basically about answering random trivia.
So Knowledgeable is just a kind of a quiz bowl kind of competition. So there's 3 teams per round, and then we answered questions about various topics. It can be anything.
For studying, unless you're studying a certain thing, you just study everything and anything. School-related topics.
I honestly believe that there's no real perfect amount of studying you can do, because there's so many topics in the Knowledgeable that there's really no good amount of study you can do in order to be prepared. You just kind of got to know stuff.
After hearing the students' view on Knowledgeable, let's go hear Mr. Niehause's view on Knowledgeable.
Knowledgeable is basically a quiz competition, and the topics cover all academic subjects: history, science, math, English. It's somewhat like a Jeopardy, except the topic, it's not pop culture, it's mostly school related stuff. The qualifications there are no qualifications. We take everybody, the more the merrier.
Well, after hearing about Knowledgeable, I guess it's time to say, farewell to all of you in first try, and good luck to people next try. And now back to you guys.
I don't know how they can remember all those facts.
A random fact that I know is that sheep have an incredible memory.
Wow, is there such thing as a sheep farmer?
I'm not sure. Let's send it down to Dylan and see if there is.
Hi, I'm Dylan Doyen, back with your Ag Update, and this week we're talking about sheep.
Compared to other types of livestock, I actually think raising sheep is relatively easy. You get to put them out to pasture. You don't have to have all the farming apparatus that you would normally have with cows or hogs or something like that. So I actually think just the fact it's easy just to be able to kick sheep out. The hardest thing about raising sheep, I think it comes to when it's time to shear them. You have to be like a pro wrestler to be able to effectively shear sheep. So that was the hardest thing for me when I was a young man.
Fun fact, sheep have an excellent sense of smell. Now that you know that, let's get into some more interviews.
The hardest part would be probably trying to wean them, wrestling them and stuff. Gets a lot of work. Raising sheep's taught me how to handle animals, and I feed my sheep corn and hay, like alfalfa.
I would say get them to cooperate with you, when you're trying to sort or move them, or give them vaccinations. Probably when they grow from start to finish, watching them grow up and watching them have their own personalities. I think they have many benefits, and they have a lot of, like I said before, personality.
I'm Dylan Doyen, and that was your Ag Update. Back to you, Alden and Jacob.
Huh, sheep farmers are actually a thing.
I'm glad they harvest their wool. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to enjoy my huge wool blanket.
I remember at sleepovers when we would build a fort with all those blankets.
I wonder if they still have sleepovers in middle school.
Let's go find out.
Last week on Middle School Minute, we talked about recess. When I was in middle school, recess meant we'd be talking about next Friday's plans. can commonly mean a sleepover. Fit with popcorn, of course. What are sleepovers like? Are boys chaos, breaking everything? Will the girls chill out, or is it the other way around? We'll find out today on Middle School Minute.
My favorite things to do at a sleepover is probably watch music videos. Yeah, music videos is pretty fun.
One of my favorite things at a sleepover is probably playing video games and staying up all night.
My favorite memory will probably have to be when I was at her house. Her two oldest sisters convinced us to play Bloody Mary in the bathroom, and when we were saying the last Bloody Mary, her oldest sister jumped out of the shower and scared us.
My favorite memory is, well, one time at one of my sleepovers, it was like 1 in the morning, and we went outside and like sat on top of a big bill, and we're just like sitting there watching cars go by.
That sounds like a lot of fun, but from an adult's perspective, might be a little chaotic. Let's see what a parent has to say about all these sleepovers.
Crazy behaviors to stop at a sleepover. The kids go outside and try to play with lighters. Lighting paper on the side of the garage on fire.
But I'm Sierra, and that was Middle School Minute. Tuning out until the next one.
That brings back some memories. Blasting music and having a grand old time.
Music? That's right.
Don't we have some new music teachers?
I think so, but let's go down to lecture to find out.
Hello, and welcome back to... And today we will be discussing all about the music department. Let's go talk to our two newest additions to the high school Department of Music.
I'm really excited with the sound and the blend that we're getting, and this choir is really hardworking this year.
I'm actually really excited for how things have been going this year. This is realistically my first year, even though it's my second, but last year was very different.
Well, I'm hoping next year we'll have a bigger choir and we can start adding in some more parts and maybe a little bit more challenging music.
It kind of tells a story as the music goes. You can kind of hear one of the songs we're doing this spring. You can hear helicopters flying in throughout the music, and you can hear gunfire, and it's that kind of music that I like playing.
Now that we have spoken to the teachers about the shift, now let's get some students' input.
My favorite part is probably just like hanging out. There's a lot of good people in that class, and there's a lot of stuff that we do that's actually fun, like pep band's really fun, so.
My favorite part about choir probably just has to be being able to hang out with my friends.
I am really looking forward to the football game on Friday where the pep band's going up and I get in free, so that's nice. But I think it'd be a really good experience to actually play there and have fun with people like that.
I like Mrs. Conover. She's very quiet. She doesn't raise her voice a lot, which is surprising for a choir teacher. She's very calm and flexible.
Thank you so much for watching, and I would like to thank Mr. Tonkin and Mrs. Conover for letting me intrude on their lunchtime. Alright, I'll see you next time on Unfamiliar Faces.
Crazy. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know them that much.
Me either, but I do know that I had to turn my music way down when coming home late.
Yeah, I have to be pretty sneaky when coming in, but I could still use some tips.
Let's go down to Eston and Grant to find out how to sneak home late.
I hope I don't wake anybody up. Welcome back to another episode of Eagle Vision, and on this week's episode we will be talking about late night stealth. Oh shoot!
When I was in college I still lived at home, so yes, there were times when I would sneak in the house because I didn't want to wake my mom up. I suppose 2 o'clock or 2:30 sometimes. Just being out with friends or possibly my boyfriend, so I just didn't come home. Well, I used to sneak in through the basement instead of coming in the main door because I was hoping if they were sleeping upstairs that they wouldn't notice. And once I actually slept on the couch in the basement because I didn't want to try to get upstairs. Go in a cupboard and find something that you could just grab instead of making something, because then you would probably wake them up for sure.
Wow, I didn't know a lot of other kids like to come home late too.
Yes, lots of times. There was one time that I came home past curfew and my mom was sitting on the couch waiting for me. She basically just told me not to sneak out and to stay home and be respectful of her. Know where the quiet spots are in the house and move quietly. Hang out with friends. Definitely Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Well, I successfully snuck in without waking anybody up. Thanks for joining us on this segment of Eagle Vision, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Now my parents won't wake up this time.
Yeah, now I can use those tips coming home late from football practices and games.
Yeah, our state games are getting pretty late into the night.
Fish, inform us more on state football.
This week on sports, we will talk about state football. Now down to Justin.
My favorite memory of state so far this year was when Mason Frank had the pick six against Pipestone. In state, I was looking forward to riding the bus with the whole team. Good experiences. I thought we would go very far this year with all the seniors.
With state, I was looking forward to playing in the bank, play with my alma teammates. Pretty fun. I thought the football team would at least make it to state at the beginning of the season. My favorite memory at state so far is beating Pipestone because I didn't really like that very much.
Thank you, Hayden, for telling us about your state experience. Now to Matthew.
With state, I was looking forward to going to US Bank Stadium. From state so far, my favorite memory was when Dylan Doyen killed a kid in the Pipestone game. At the beginning of the season, I was hoping to make it to at least the third round of playoffs.
Thank you, Matthew. The Eagles went on to play in the state semifinal game against West Central Ashby and ended up losing to bring their record to 11-2. Great season from the Maple River Eagles. Now to Ethan McGregor.
I was looking forward to the different competition that we got to play. You know, other teams from around the state, not just around the area. And then also playing in front of the bigger crowds, bigger stadiums. Obviously, before the season, I knew that we were going to go to state and be playing at the bank. My favorite memory of state so far has to be the practices and just the extra energy that's there. And then also, like I said before, the big arenas and crowds.
Thank you, Ethan. Well, that's all for sports this week. Back up to Jacob and Alton.
That's pretty exciting, especially only being the second team in Maple River history to make it to state.
I believe we also have a lot of potential of speech kids that can go to state.
What even is speech? Like, what do they do?
Maybe Cody could tell us more about it.
If you're wanting to develop your public speaking skills, or you just want to have fun, consider joining our speech team. There are many categories to join for everyone, whether you want to be funny and dramatic or serious and informative. You don't need to be good at speaking to join, only a willingness to improve and learn.
You could even compete with a partner.
Practices are 30 minutes once a week, and competitions are on Saturdays. We're a really fun group, and we'd love to have you join our team. Information night is December 2nd from 5:30 to 6 p.m. Bring your parents.
Thanks, Cody.
Well, that's all the time we got for today's episode.